Evening all. This is a reading that is not requested, but I just thought I'm going to come on and do it before the sands of time run out. So I'm taking my opportunity now. I did start a reading about Southport, and I just got this feeling that I shouldn't be doing it just yet, because the information that I've received through meditation would probably land me in a shitload of trouble, so I'm not doing it. I have to think of a way of doing it without it getting me into a whole heap of trouble. So this is a reading that I'm going to do now, and it's basically, is Labour going to lose it? Is Labour's losing it? In the light of the grooming gangs and everything else, and Southport and all the stuff with the boats and everything else, and the taxes and inheritance tax and VAT and everything else, I think this is about to break. I really do, and I think it's quite imminent. Jess Phillips, with her refusal to allow an inquiry, all that kind of thing. I want to know, is Labour about to lose it completely? Elon Musk has jumped on the bandwagon. He's called for the King to dissolve Parliament. The King will not dissolve Parliament, let me tell you. That will not happen. He can do if he wants. Oh, I've put him away, not said out what I've got. He can do. He's not going to. And if he does, well, I'll stand hanging. We've got Rider-Waite. There's no box for that. And we've got the Storytellers Tarot by David de Pascal, which was a deck that was gifted to me. Now, this deck is incredibly different to ordinary tarot, and there are so many different stories that I've never heard of. I've read through some of them, but I don't retain information like I did when I was 21. So I've got the book, and the actual illustrations on the cards, some of them are very different to tarot. So, and they all are connected to a story. So I might use some of the stories in the Storytellers Tarot until I've got my head round the deck, because I've got a lot of decks and they all take a lot of time to get your head round them because they are all different. So let's have a look. Is Labour losing it? I mean, Keir Starmer's on his jollies, wherever he's on his jollies, and he's being booed because he's pushed to the front of a queue of some, I don't know, water ride or something with his kids. He's been busted in a massive limousine and he's gone to front at queue and the crowd's booed him. So while he's on his jollies, sunning himself with his kids, it's all kicking off about the grooming gangs, and some media outlets are brave enough to talk about it now. So I think, is that going to be contagious, and are further investigations going to go on? First off, we've got the Lovers. Okay, the Lovers is partnership. It's also a choice. So, right. So this is partnership. So we can see the Labour government as a huge partnership. They're in partnership with the unions. They're in partnership with their Labour-run councils. They're in partnership with certain industries, etc., and so on and so forth. What's hindering that? What's hindering that, please? What's hindering it is temperance, being on an even keel. Temperance is about moderation. What's hindering their partnership is that they don't do anything in moderation. They haven't done anything by halves. They've taxed us to death, VAT'd us to death, national insurance to death and taken away with both hands. So they've not done it in an even-handed way. So what's hindering the Labour Party right now is that they haven't, there's no fairness in it. So this partnership has no fairness in it, shall we say. What's the overall energy? Let me move my right. I must get a stand for that. What's the overall energy right now? We've got two. Am I taking them both? Right, overall, subconscious. So overall energy is a celebration. So the overall energy right now is that the Labour Party are patting each other on the back and celebrating what they call successes. However, is it successful because the popularity's tanked? Keir Starmer's popularity is in the toilet. There seems to be some celebration amongst them. Or maybe it's the people that are celebrating. But we'll find out when we get more cards out. And then the subconscious. In the subconscious, we're looking at greed. We are looking at greed, and we're not just looking at greed for you know, the free suits and the free gear and the free holidays and everything else, and the money and all that kind of thing. We're not just talking about that. We're talking about votes. So let's move on. What's in the recent past? Oh, flipping heck. Well, that never burnt anyway, did it? Recent past. Move them that way a bit. Recent past. The moon. The recent past. The moon. Right. Note, we've got 5 cards out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 cards out. 3 of them are major arcana cards. This is a significant event. We've got the Lovers, Temperance. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and the Moon. The Moon is things that are hidden, secrets, omitting information. Someone's pulling the wool over your eyes. This is the Moon. So in the recent past, we've got wool being pulled over eyes. Shock, surprise. What is in our near future for the Labour Party? Near future for the Labour Party. Oh! Near future. So we've got making plans, construction. Alright, so the Labour Party, they are going to continue to make plans, to build things, to build better ties maybe with communities. So what community are we talking about? We're talking all communities or specific communities? Maybe we'll find out. What is bear with. What's beyond their control? I think they're going to be sorely tested. The 8 of Wands is about fast community. It's about speed. It's about communication, email, communication through the airwaves, email, television, media. It's also about travel. So it could be, oh, right. What's beyond their control? We've got obscurity in the recent past. In what's beyond their control is something that's going to come out possibly in the media. I think this is going to be something that comes out in the media. So something that comes out in the media. I'll clarify these. Too many. What's the advice? Right. Page of Swords. This is a spy card. I want another one for that. Page of Swords. Ah. Somebody's spying on the someone is, there is a person or a body keeping their eye on this collaboration with communities, and the information will be revealed. Note that the sun and the moon are on opposite ends, like that. This is obscurity. This is secrets coming to light. Yeah, there's someone or a body or several individuals who are closely watching this government right now and are about to bring some information to light. And I think that information will be through media. What's the hopes and fears? Hopes and fears, please. We'll take hope. I keep doing that. I'm not taking them. Right, come on. Hopes and... Oh, we've got hopes and fears. Empress is the harvest, basically. It's Mother Earth. It's Gaia. This is someone who is pregnant. And the fruits on her gown symbolise fertility. Right. The hope is that they're going to be able to, that we are going to be able to blossom from this outcome of these things that are about to happen, from this partnership that's not even-handed. They're celebrating through greed. In the past, they've obscured information, they've obscured what they were going to do. It's been secretive, they've been very secretive. To do with the grooming gangs, right back to the grooming gangs, because I think Keir Starmer was head of the CPS during some of it. It's still ongoing, it's still happening today. It was happening while he was head of the CPS. And I believe Gordon Brown told them not to prosecute all that time ago. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's something that I think I might have known about. It's like an obscure memory. But there is going to be something that's going to come out on television, and it will be from a person or a body who has been watching very closely all the goings on with the Labour Party, and they're going to bring it to light through television. This is what's the word? Beyond their control. Our hope is that we grow as a result of it. Their fear would be that we grow as a result of this information, that we grow strong, that we bear fruit, that we become more fruitful in our endeavours to uncover this information. And what's the potential outcome then, please? Victory. Potential outcome is victory. I do think that they're walking a fine line. I don't think it's going to be long. This feels like scandal about to break, and it's connected to the government. It's connected to our current government and our current leaders. This information is coming to light, and it's going to spark it feels like outrage. They are going to be shown for what they are, what they have been, and what they've done, and what they continue to do, if that makes sense. So, are Labour on their way out in 2025? Are Labour on the way out in 2025? Are Labour on their way out in 2025? One more. We've got the Page of Spikes. The Page of Spikes is the same as the Page of Swords. But I'm going to read this one because the information in the book might give us some insight. The Page of Spikes. Oh, I've opened the page on the Page of Spikes. So, Page of Spikes. Appearing near the ground as a ball of light or a small flame, the will-o'-the-wisp draws curious wanderers from marked safe paths. It appears farther back than it originally seemed as it is approached and can never be caught. Scottish folklore explain these strange creatures as either playful spirits of the dead or mischievous fairies leading you to either treasure or your doom. If you are looking for a sign to start something new, the upright Page of Spikes is the messenger you're looking for. Right, hang on a minute. Where are we? So this is also this isn't got anything to do with the Page of Spikes then. It's Page of Swords then. So basically, this could also be an inbound message, like inbound information. So I think there's information coming out, yeah, but are they on their way out anytime soon? Information. Any information about Labour's. And then we've got the 8 of Coins. So the 8 of Pentacles is the apprentice. Is the apprentice. So it's like, information coming out. What's that got to do with it? What's the apprentice got to do with it? Let's have a read of the Ram then and see what 8 of... Oh, where is it? 8 of... Oh, that's spikes. Excuse me, bear with. The sheep. The benevolent sheep was credited in legend in bringing grain and its harvesting methods to humanity by stealing seeds from the Jade Emperor. He presented these seeds to the humans and instructed them how to plant and cultivate them before quietly returning to the heavenly palace. As the year passed, the humans harvested the crops and utilised them for many purposes, using the sweet grains for food and the husks for craft, soft, warm linen. The humans threw a grand celebration for the sheep, which angered the Jade Emperor, who commanded the mortal world to use the sheep for food and livestock. What's that got to do with Labour? What's that got to do with Labour? I'll have another one, and if they don't make any sense, I'll give up and get a different card. Queen of Hearts. Which is the Queen of Cups. But I think that's the Horn of Plenty, but it might not be. I think this is telling us that to stop worrying. There's a message coming in. We'll get the fruits of our labour. Queen of Hearts. What's this Horn of Plenty? I think it's the Horn of Plenty. Let's have a look. Oh, you'll have to bear with me tonight. It's not working out, is it, the way I expected? These it might be because I'm a novice with these new cards, so please bear with me for that. Queen of Hearts is, oh, I think I'm right. When Zeus was born, his mother Rhea and grandmother Gaia put him in the care of the nymphs, who nursed him on the milk of their mythical goat Amalthea. As a tribute to the goat who nursed him, he gifted her a place in the night sky as the constellation Capra, or Capricorn, and gave the nymphs one of her horns, conferring on it the magic property that it would perpetually be filled with whatever sustenance the holder of the horn desires. So I think this is a message for us. I think we're going to get a message through this uncovering of information with this Page of Swords and the Sun. Something's going to come out on the media. It's going to cause outrage. And our potential for this is that he's going. And we will be victorious. I think I just don't think they can sustain it any longer. It doesn't feel like there's any, can't sustain the pretense anymore. This is, not even-handed, obscuring, hiding information, secrets coming out through media, and a person or a group of people or a collective of people are outing this information, which will lead to us becoming more fruitful and victorious. So I do think he's going, but I'm going to have a Rider-Waite. Can you give me some indication of when? 10 of Cups. This is good news. I think they're going. 10 days now, I don't think so. 10 weeks maybe. And is 10 weeks going to take us to almost the May elections? Is he going to stop the May elections? No, I don't think he is. I don't think he can. I just don't think he can sustain his position much longer. I don't think many of them can, because this information is coming out. These secrets are coming out. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we've got 5 major cards. It's a significant event. It is fate, basically. I don't think they've got much longer left. I hope that wasn't too boring. I think I'll probably practice with these story tarot a little bit more before I bring them out. It might take me a while because they are quite complicated. Anyway, I am going, and I shall speak to you tomorrow. Take care. Ta-ra.